Elizabeth's extended family eventually learned that this late-in-life pregnancy culminated in the normal birth of a son. The neighbors and relatives shared in the excitement and celebrated the birth with joy, while Zechariah celebrated in silence, still unable to speak. When their boy was 8 days old, the parents took him to the synagogue for his circumcision and naming in accordance with ancient Jewish traditions. The custom was to name a son after his father, and the expectation was that he would be named Zechariah. Elizabeth surprised everyone and announced that his name would be John. Objections were voiced because there was no one else by that name in the family, and mothers didn't normally name their sons. Everyone turned to Zechariah to overrule his wife's choice of a name, and Zechariah wrote, "His name is John." Breaking tradition was fodder for gossip in rural villages, and the story of this unorthodox naming spread around the countryside. Not that the people of the hill country were critical, on the contrary, it was the beginning of a growing sense that something unusual was happening, and that the baby John was destined for greatness. They, of course, could not have known that the boy would grow to enormous fame and influence that would someday impact their nation and history. As Mary thought about all that had happened to her cousin, she must have wondered what her own labor and delivery would be like. At least Elizabeth was at home with family and a midwife to help. What was she going to do if her water broke and the baby started to come during the trip? What could she expect from Joseph? After all, it wasn't his baby.
Joy to the world, the Lord is King. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
Thank you, folks, for being part of this Advent series. We look forward to seeing you next day.